Let's tie my version of Shane Stallcup's Parachute Emerging Done, or CDC Parachute Emerger. We start with a Tiemco 2487. This is a size 16, and I've got uni thread 17/0. Tied it in behind the hook and brought it to the bend of the hook, and we create a little bump. I use that bump to splay out or feather out the coquelicon fibers. The coquelicon is a medium or dark color. I tie them in at the back right before the bump so it'll splay out, and the length I use is about 1/2 to 3/4 the length of the shank of the hook. And I trim out about an eye's length back from the eye of the hook. That's to give me some room for the, especially on this fly, the head of the fly. Now I've got a goose buoyant with the notch facing backwards, which means that when I tie it, I won't get that little ridge, bumped out ridge. I got these buoyants from Shane's mom. She was sorting them out when I was over there one day, and she gave me some. And they're actually offered by Hairline. They're premium buoyants, goose buoyants. I'm going to take that buoyant and with my hackle pliers wrap it up to the front, just before, right where I've got it the thread tied off. I'm overlapping it, so see that little fuzzy ridge? I'm covering it just barely. I just want a smooth body is what I'm looking for. And tie off my material and trim it off, the buoyant. Now I've got some two CDC Done feathers. I've cut off the ends and trimmed off the little fibers to tie it in. Now I'm going to take some hackle, a done hackle, and tie it in also. And what I'm doing is I'm using the CDC as a post for the hackle instead of using the typical Antron or post material. I'm using the CDC. And tie it off. I'm going to lift that CDC and wrap around the hackle. And you don't need to wrap it too many times. Now you see, make note of where I've got that post. I'm just tying off my hackle. I don't worry about trapping the fibers in the front so much because I'm actually pulling that CDC over the top of it. And the CDC actually also becomes my wing case. Now I take a bit of dubbing just for the thorax area. Pull back the hackle as best I can and then wrap that CDC. Excuse me, the dubbing. Now pull it over the top. That becomes my wing case. And then nail it right behind the eye of the hook. And pull it back again, and then come over the top. This gets a little iffy on here because you've got so much material, and the thread has a tendency to slip off towards the front. But once you get started, no big deal. So the CDC becomes a parachute, a post, indicator post for you actually. Between the CDC and the hackle, this fly floats really well. Now I'm going to trim a bit of that CDC off. Just touching up the color of the thread. It's white, and so just come in with a little gray marker. And that's my version of Shane Stalkup's Parachute Emerger or CDC Parachute Emerger done.